We did it, y'all. We finally pulled the trigger. It happened. I purchased my dream car. I just want to start this video before we get into the Mosaic community and doing the neighborhood tour and talking about that and giving you guys the update. I did want to start this video just saying thank you to everyone that's come in over the past over 3 years. I think I've been doing YouTube. There were some dark days, definitely at the beginning, where I was like, man, can I really do this? Like, is this really something? But I stuck with it. Kept doing videos. You guys kept coming in, watching. You know, I got a lot of people that have just come in recently and watching my videos, but to all the people that have been here over the past 3 years and watched my videos, you know that in some of my videos, I've always talked about owning this car. When I've driven around neighborhoods and I would see this car on the road, I would always say, one day. And that one day has finally happened. And I know at the beginning of this year, I did buy that 370Z Nismo, but this one hit the market. I saw it and I decided to pull the trigger. Now, is this the best financial decision I've ever made in my life? Probably not. I bought the car without even telling my family. I drove up to my parents' house. I was like, hey guys, come check this out. They walked out. My mom just like flipped out because I've just been so annoying since I was like, I don't know, the first Fast and Furious I saw with Paul Walker came out. I wanted a Nissan GTR. And this is also something I wanted to show you guys. So I don't know if some of y'all might be aware of the law of attraction. I'm a bit of a believer in those types of things. Back in September of 2023, I printed out this photo. Okay, and then I wrote down here, I said, the people that bet on themselves win the most. I had this, you can see the little thumbtack holes. I've had this thumbtacked on my wall just like every morning, just seeing this thing like constantly over and over. I have some other photos of like little things up there too, but it's a 2018 Nissan GTR Premium, which we are not in a 2018 Nissan GTR Premium. We are in a 2015 though. It's got crazy upgrades with it. I'm gonna be doing actually the driving tours that you guys are gonna watch, and this one too is actually in the GTR, and I'm getting some like just hilarious reactions. I gave a little teaser on the last video. I don't know if you guys watched all the way to the end. I think some of you guys did because some of y'all were messaging me about it. I did want to start this video just saying thank you to everyone that has supported me, trusted me with their real estate transactions, and we'll keep going, guys. But at this point, cars, we're done buying cars. Like this is it. This is my Super Bowl. This is my Mount Everest. I'm a very happy boy. So anyways, back to the regular scheduled program. Let's check out the Mosaic today. On today's video, I'm going to be taking you on a driving tour of the Mosaic to give you an update on what's going on in here with builders, prices, and what the community currently looks like. I'll be talking about the fees associated with living in Mosaic, including HOA and PID costs you want to be aware of. I'll also go over what I personally like and don't like about the neighborhood and show you what the curb appeal looks like throughout the community. We'll be driving by the new on-site elementary school that's set to open later this year, and I'll also touch on the townhome options available here in addition to the single-family homes. If you're trying to figure out whether Mosaic could be a good fit for you and your family, this video should help give you a clearer picture. So that makes sense. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we're over here in the Mosaic over in Salina, Texas, right on the border of Prosper, Texas. It's actually kind of funny. Some of these houses, if you go to Google Maps, they pop up Prosper, Texas, but this technically is zoned for the city of Salina just because that tax is what's being pulled. So you're Prosper ISD, but the city of Salina tax, which puts you about 2.04%, but you're gonna be a little bit higher than that because there is a PID in here. The PID is gonna be around $3,000 per year. It could be a lot more. Usually 40-foot lots are more 3,000, and then it kind of goes up from there, depending on if you're going with a 50-foot lot, a 60-foot lot, or a 70-foot lot, but that's the wide range of options that they're giving within this neighborhood. I did record a video in this neighborhood a while ago, but I've had a couple of you guys come in asking me for updates, whether you're already buying in this neighborhood and building, you just wanted to see the update. We'll go through this. They're building out a lot of stuff on the south side of this neighborhood. It's already pretty built out. The amenity center is coming in. You can actually see kind of the lay of the land with that and what that's going to look like. And then on the far north side of this community, they started breaking ground on these 70-foot lots, and also some new townhomes are getting built over here. And finally, the school is done, is going to be opening up at the beginning of this next year of 2025. We'll go into the details today, show you guys what this neighborhood looks like, give you guys the update, talk about the floor plans, talk about the pricing, all that cool jazz. And then maybe you guys will see some people's reactions to driving in the GTR. It's been so much fun driving this thing. So I'm really looking forward to bringing you guys some more great content in this car, doing some driving tours and things like that. So let's jump right into it. Just a refresher, HOA in here, $148 per month for the single family homes, and then for the townhomes, it's going to be $438 per month. Now the townhomes are a little bit more expensive because insurance policies and things like that. So you've got more expensive things. They also sometimes take care of front yard maintenance, things like that. So you will usually see townhome HOAs be somewhere from like $300 per month to like this one, for example, that's $438 per month. Now this one is on the higher side. There's some other neighborhoods around Salina that the HOA for townhomes is like more like $300, $350, $280 per month. So this one is on the higher side of things. Gonna be plenty of builders in here. They are gonna be fairly expensive. The 40-foot lots are reasonably priced compared to some other areas of the market when you go down into Prosper, or at least being zoned for Prosper ISD. So if you are looking for a 40-foot lot and you want to kind of be on the cheaper side of new construction but zoned for Prosper ISD, this neighborhood's gonna provide that in some aspects. But once you go to the bigger lots, things kind of get more expensive on 70-foot lots. And then you kind of start comparing things where it's like, I don't know if I'd buy a 70-foot lot in here at this price range. I might go over to this section over in this neighborhood that's a little bit further away. So once again, there's going to be a compromise somewhere. Price points in here are going to be fairly expensive, but we'll go into the builders right now and some of their floor plans. So for tradition homes, they're building on 70-foot lots. You can build from a 3-bed, 2.5-bath, 2,980 square feet, starting at $944,000, up to a 4 to 5-bed, 4.5-bath, 4,608 square feet, starting at $1,129,000. Their quick move-in prices are ranging from $1,129,000 up to $1,284,000. Here is the plat map. Yellow is going to be the available lots. Purple is going to be the inventory. Red is going to be sold. Gray is going to be the future lots. So you can see on here on the north side of this community, they're bringing in some more of those lots for tradition homes. Highland homes in here, they're doing 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. They're going to be the builder that's going to give you the biggest range in this neighborhood. On the 40-foot lots, you can build a 3 to 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,597 square feet, starting at $487,000, up to a 3 to 5-bed, 4-bath, 2,033 square feet, starting at $584,000. The plat map for the 40-foot lots, yellow is available, red is coming soon, orange is the quick move-in, and gray is going to be sold. For the 50-foot lots, you can do a 3 to 4-bed, 2 to 3-bath, 2,263 square feet, starting at $639,000, up to a 4 to 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,207 square feet, starting at $756,000. Their plat map isn't updated yet. This is a new series of homes that they're bringing into this next phase. Hopefully soon you'll be able to kind of see on their website what lots are going to be available, but they haven't posted anything as of yet. For the 60-foot lots in here, you can build a 3 to 5-bed, 3 to 4-bath, 2,792 square feet, starting at $797,000, up to a 4 to 5-bed, 3 to 4-bath, 3,635 square feet, starting at $893,000. Plat map for the 60-foot lots, yellow is going to be available, red is going to be coming soon, orange is going to be the quick move-in, and gray is going to be sold. For these 70-foot lots, which is their biggest floor plan product that they're offering in here, you can do a 4-bed, 3 to 4-bath, 3,104 square feet, starting at $985,000, up to a 4 to 5-bed, 4 to 5-bath, 2 half-baths, 4,789 square feet, starting at $1.2 million. Plat map in yellow is going to be the available sites. Red is going to be coming soon. Orange is going to be quick move-in. Gray is going to be sold. And for the quick move-ins in general, for Highland homes, it is going to be anywhere from prices at $627,000 for their 40-foot lots up to $1,547,000 for their 70-foot lots. American Legend Homes is doing 40, 50s, and 60s. For their 40-foot lots, you can build a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,660 square feet, starting at $552,000, up to a 4-bed, 3.5-bath, 3,069 square feet, starting at $677,000. The 50-foot lots, you can build a 3-bed, 2.5-bath, 2,165 square feet, starting at $697,000, up to a 5-bed, 4.5-bath, 4,097 square feet, starting at $852,000. 60-foot lots in here, you can do a 4-bed, 3.5-bath, 2,868 square feet, starting at $807,000, up to a 4-bed, 4.5-bath, 4,068 square feet, starting at $952,000. For their plat map, yellow is going to be the 40-foot lots, blue is going to be the 50-foot lots, orange is going to be the 60-foot lots, gray is going to be the future sites, red is going to be sold, and they have a phase 1 and a phase 2 on their website, and they're starting to sell into their phase 2 right now, and they have plenty of options available. Quick move-in prices are ranging from $640,000 for their 40-foot lots on the low end, and then up to like their 60-foot lots. Quick movement could be $1,080,000. And then for the last single family builder in here, you have Perry Homes. You can do a 50-foot lot build anywhere from a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,127 square feet, starting at $693,000, up to a 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,553 square feet, starting at $845,000. Quick move-in prices are ranging anywhere from $749,000 on the low end up to $933,000 on the high end. For the townhome builders in here, there's two builders, Cadence Homes. They've been building for a minute in here. They can build anywhere from a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,749 square feet, starting at $399,000, up to a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,249 square feet, starting at $480,000. For the plat map for this builder, green is going to be available, red is going to be sold, blue is going to be the quick move-in, gray is going to be reserved, and the quick move-in prices are ranging anywhere from $449,000 on the low end up to $484,000. Then for the last builder in here, Drees Custom Homes, they've just started. They just have their trailer right now. They don't have any houses up. Hopefully they'll have a model coming here soon, but they can build anywhere from a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,020 square feet, starting at $485,000, up to a 3-bed, 2.5-bath, 2,736 square feet, starting at $517,000. And here is the plat map right now. You'll see green is available and light brown is the future home sites coming. I went onto the MLS and I pulled the cheapest and most expensive homes in here on the MLS. Now, Highland Homes had some more expensive options for quick move-ins, but on the MLS right now, that's being marketed out to you guys on Zillow. This is why you also got to check builders' websites to get the most updated information. But right now on the MLS, the cheapest home in here is a 2025 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,454 square feet, priced at $634,000 on a 0.11 acre lot, which is a 40-foot lot in here. And then you've got the most expensive home on the MLS is a 2025 pre-owned 5-bed, 4.5-bath, 4,882 square feet, priced at $1,349,000 on a 0.21 of an acre lot, which is about a 70-foot lot in here. And the square footage of these lots is going to range anywhere from 4,500 square feet for those 40-foot lots up to 12,000 square feet. But I think the average in here is going to be a 7,000 square foot lot. And then anything over 9,000 square feet, in my opinion, just from what I was seeing on the size of these lots, is going to be more of an oversized lot in here. Amenities for this neighborhood are going to be great. This is the Telus Group, so it's the same people that built Windsong Ranch, so you know it's going to be awesome in here. You're going to have bike paths, dog parks, fishing piers, fitness center, resort-style pools, lazy river, which you can start to see with the community center in here. I wish it would have already been open this summer, but it looks like it's really not going to start going till next summer. I'm sure people are going to be using the inside of the community center when we get into the winter, but they probably won't be using the pool, so I would assume that by next year, people are really out using the pool and all that kind of stuff through there. I'm sure the workout room and those things will be open come winter time, but for the majority of this amenity center, gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. Commute times out of here down to Dallas is gonna be an hour away. DFW Airport is gonna be 40 minutes away. Frisco is gonna be 17 minutes away. Fort Worth is gonna be an hour, 10 minutes away. The grocery store is gonna be 6 minutes away, and the hospital is gonna be 10 minutes away. And then breaking down the pros and cons in here. Pros for this neighborhood: it's gonna be awesome, great community features and amenities, everything that you could really want within a neighborhood besides like a lagoon like over at Windsong Ranch. I don't think we're really going to see any other lagoon around these areas. I think the next closest lagoon is going to be kind of over in West End, Salina, Texas, over at that Megatel community called the Venetian. But for the most part, everything that you're going to want amenity-wise is going to be offered within this neighborhood, which is great because you're paying a pretty high PID and you're also paying a relatively high HOA. So it's great that you have those amenities in here. On-site elementary schools also going to be opening up soon, which is a great thing to have. So if you got young kids, or you're planning to have kids, you are gonna have an on-site elementary school within here. And there's also gonna be a new middle school that's zoned for this neighborhood that's over at Windsong Ranch. So you get a new elementary school, you'll get a new middle school, and then it is zoned for Prosper High School right now. Maybe that changes later on. Maybe the middle school also changes because there's another middle school kind of getting built over by Legacy Garden. So you might see some of the middle school and high school zoning change over time, but the elementary school, I mean, it's an on-site elementary school, so it should stay for like the lifetime of this community and be zoned for that. You will have easy access onto the Dallas North Tollway at some point, and then you are going to be less than 10 minutes away from an HEB that's built on Frontier Parkway. So this neighborhood is off Frontier Parkway and a bit off Legacy Road as well, but not too far away from HEB. Community is in its phase 2 right now, so you're kind of at the beginning. They're going to be building a very long time in this neighborhood, so if you're getting in now, you're more at the beginning than at the end, so you have a bit of a better chance to build that equity over time. Now, if you buy your home and try to sell it within 2 years, you're probably not going to be doing that good unless interest rates just take a dramatic dive, people rush into the market, but I don't see that really happening right now. I still think prices are going to be declining over this next year unless a new Fed gets put in place, which could lead to more dovish things. And then we're just on a whole nother cycle of stuff. So it's kind of interesting what's going on there. I don't know if you guys have been watching kind of the financial markets and things like that, but we could have a new Fed chair coming in. So that could change up the dynamic of the housing market here over the next couple months if that happens. Maybe, maybe not. Also, this area, Prosper, has a lot of future potential. There's gonna be new parks, new schools, the roads are gonna be developing. You're gonna see more commercial things around here. And then the Dallas North Tollway should be done through the next year and a half, where you're gonna be able to get onto that, commute down to Frisco and those places. So everything's developing around this area. You're also gonna be relatively close to the Prosper Arts District, so not too far away from that, where you can hang out with your family. It's kind of like a Legacy West vibe or a Fields Frisco vibe, where you can kind of be out there, go to restaurants. I think they're gonna have like a lawn area with maybe like a little kind of concert venue type stage as well, to be able to hang out on weekends. The 40-foot lots in here I think are priced pretty good in my opinion. The 70-foot lots in here do get quite expensive. Would I pay $1.5 million for a tradition home on a 70-foot lot in this neighborhood? Maybe, maybe not. When we start getting up to like the 1.5s, the 1.6s, that starts getting pretty expensive in my opinion, where I would just go a little bit more south, maybe into Star Trail, and buy something that's, you know, maybe a pre-owned house instead of, you know, a new construction home. You just kind of have to weigh these options because you get a way better tax rate within Star Trail as well. And for the cons in this neighborhood, traffic is going to be really bad getting out of this neighborhood because of the one-lane roads. You got to jump on a Frontier Parkway, turn right onto the Dallas Parkway, and it's not for like a mile or so driving down some lights to get onto the Dallas North Tollway. So at some point, it's gonna be an easy commute to get out to that. But for right now, leaving this neighborhood in the mornings and then coming back home in the late afternoon, you are gonna be running into a lot of traffic because there's just not large roads around this area right now to really get traffic going. And then it takes a little bit longer to get onto the Dallas North Tollway. But over the next 2 years, it's gonna be a little bit better. It's probably gonna get a lot worse before it gets any better because they're just gonna keep adding families to this neighborhood. But hopefully soon we'll have the Dallas North Tollway out through here, and then you'll have an easy on-ramp to get onto that and not even have to deal with going all the way down to 380 to hop onto the Dallas North Tollway. Then where they're setting up some of these houses in this neighborhood, some of the single family homes are across from the townhomes, which I'm really not a big fan of. I think if you're a townhome buyer though, it is great being across the street from a $1 million Highland home or something like that. But for me, if I'm buying a single family home in this neighborhood, I don't want to be anywhere near the townhomes. So I kind of wish they would have put these townhomes sectioned away in a little bit of a different area of the neighborhood and put some tree line around it just to create a little bit more separation. Also, this neighborhood right now is building out so quickly. There is so much new construction trucks in here. So that's another big headache, is that you're just gonna be driving around a ton of new construction, big trucks, landscapers, all that type of stuff. The south side of this community has gotten a little bit better, but this north side, when I was driving around, there's just so many vehicles all over the place. So that's just the deal with new construction communities, right? You're just gonna have to deal with that over the next couple years. It is what it is. And for right now, grocery stores, banks, restaurants, all that kind of stuff is not close to this neighborhood. The closest shopping area is gonna be the Gates of Prosper, which is down Preston Road on the southeast side of Prosper, and we're over like on the northwest side of Prosper. So you're one of the furthest areas away from the Gates of Prosper when it comes to living in the kind of Prosper, Texas, Salina, Texas border over in this section. Other thing is that the community center is not completed yet, so that is a bit of a con. So if you're buying in this neighborhood or gonna be buying within the next couple months or the next year, community center, those things are still getting developed in here. So you're just gonna have to continue to wait on that. And then last thing, of course, con in here is gonna be that PID. It is a fairly expensive PID, so that's the main con people are not gonna like. But then again, buying in Salina, Texas, like 9 times out of 10, most of the new construction neighborhoods you're gonna come across that are like this scale too are gonna have a PID within them, so there's no really running away from that. Only way to really run away from that is if you go buy in the Prosper market or maybe the Frisco market. Those markets over there don't deal with as many PIDs or MUDs. And that's gonna do it for the update on the Mosaic. If you guys have any questions about buying in this neighborhood or buying new construction in Salina, Texas or Prosper, Texas, please send me a text or give me a call. I have all my information down below. Would love to work with you and your family on your home search. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that,